So what are some of our basics? So what are our essential must-haves in any toolbox for an intuitive? I'll give you a second. If you're one of my students on My Mystical Life, you probably know. Once again, this is Lisa Fry with My Mystical Life on Facebook and pretty much all over the place. And what are our basics? What do we teach in our classes about grounding, centering, and protecting? If you're not grounding, centering, and protecting, you are throwing yourself under the bus to any kind of energy that's out there. And even seasoned intuitives forget to do this. We don't make it part of our day or put it on our calendar and then wonder why we come home with junk, spiritual junk, intuitive junk, other people's emotions, and all of those things. Especially if you're an empath, which we'll have in another class. We'll talk about empathy in another class. But if you're an empath, it's incredibly important that you learn these practices. Ground, center, and protect. Now, basics, total basics on this. You can find more classes on grounding, centering, and protecting on weekly intuitive class on Facebook group or mymysticallife.com. But I think it's important enough to talk about real briefly. Grounding is all about releasing all of the energy that we collect in a day or really just draining ourselves of anything negative and transmuting that energy with the earth. By doing that, super simple, I'm not asking anybody to go meditate for half an hour to ground. Grounding is such a basic thing that we've forgotten over time that we need to do. Take your shoes off, go stand in the grass, connect with the earth, and imagine your feet growing into the ground with roots. It can take a second to do, and I'm not kidding. It can take a second to do. I take more than like 5 seconds to do it because I enjoy the feeling of connectivity with the earth. It makes things feel smoother in my day. It calls in my guides and says, hey, you know what? Grounded, just like that. Grow your feet into the ground. Super important. I cannot stress enough if you are not doing this practice how much you're calling in. The second step in this process is way, way, way more, much more than I can put into this little class. When I was taught to center, I was taught this is centering, draw a line of white light down yourself. I communicate and channel Archangel Metatron quite regularly, and he is really, really about bringing in the center and finding your soul seat. And there is a class on the weekly intuitive group about this called Metatron, Archangel Metatron, and the Merkaba. I highly suggest it. It is a channeled class with the Archangel Metatron, and there's just such a wonderful feeling when you find your center, when you find that little white light that resides in your soul, and you camp out there. And it only takes a millisecond. But once you realize what that feeling is and you make it grow, amazing things happen. And of course, we have a motorcycle going by, so hold on. I'm going to leave this in there. Yeah, I am. Hmm. Okay. He's having his happy day. Okay. So, protection is so important. And I don't care what angels, what guides you call in to protect you, call in somebody. And it's so simple. It's as simple as building a bubble of light around your being, calling in your guides to reinforce it, and really taking care of your energy. When you figure that your energy field is 3 feet on either side of your body, all the way around, that's how big you need to make that bubble. All of a sudden, it's Grand Central Station here. So, I really want you to make sure you're grounding, centering, protecting yourself, and making sure you're taking care of everything you need to energetically. incredibly important on every spiritual front. I hope this helps. Please check us out, mymysticallife.com or My Mystical Life on Facebook. And that's what we do. We teach free classes on how to take care of yourself, and this is one of the most important ones. So I hope to see you there on Facebook.